Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Something new from Remette. This should be available right now. I'll link it down in the description. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me, and make sure your notifications are turned on for the Metal Complex YouTube channel. What do we have here? The RT Cool Leopard RT K5-L new. This feels a lot heavier than I would have guessed looking at the picture. So I believe, yeah, this is going to be a bigger knife than I realized. All right. Always happy to take it much bigger. Oh my God. This is a tank. Holy moly. Look at this big old thing. Wow. Okay, RT Cool Leopard. How thick is that blade stock? I'm going to say that's at least 180 thousandths. So we have titanium. We got some frag texturing. Kind of a purple gray. Actually kind of a pleasing anodizing here. We also have a little slot for tritium. That's pretty cool. T8 it looks like across the board. Let's flip it out here real quick. Yeah, big old heavy dude. Golly. Big, chunky, aggressive kind of future Tanto. Interesting how the nose drops down here, kind of a, I mean, you know, on the 940, they call it a reverse Tanto, that slant there at the nose. But we have a proper Tanto, right? We got a proper American Tanto. What do we call this? A forward and backwards Tanto. What do we call this? It's a Tanto and a reverse Tanto. A retanto. A re-retanto. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, actually. That's what we'll call it. But anyways, can you reverse flick it? Yes. Yes, you absolutely can. Access to the lock bar, very good. Also, pretty well chamfered down here. Not too uncomfortable to disengage it. That's good. We have reverse flickability with the thumb stud and an okay front flipper. It's kind of this 90-degree angle, and the jimping is enough for traction. I don't know. It's kind of, in the open position, it's almost sunk below the frame. It's okay. The front flipper is not what I would use to deploy it. An interesting little feature here, much like other Remette models that we have seen here recently, this has a safety for the frame lock, or it's basically a stop for the frame lock. So when this little button is engaged right here, I'll give you a look at what is required in terms of force to get it to slide. Once this is engaged, the frame lock will not disengage, which means no, this does not mean baton mode engaged. It does not imply that you should be going out and using this as a pry bar all of a sudden. But it does add some additional security, you know, if you're worried about lock slip. Obviously, proper geometry in a frame lock will usually allow any frame lock to be used in, you know, within the parameters of like what you would normally expect of a knife, right? But if you're, I guess, in some situations you're like, this is a little iffy. I'm kind of like in a tight spot here. I got to use my knife for something. So just yesterday, we got our gym floor material. And we were a little frustrated. I promise this has to do with this. We were a little frustrated that it came in so much later than the rest of the equipment. I didn't want the equipment just sitting there in the pallets and outside of my house. I said, we got to get this set up. We got to get it in the garage. So we got it set up. Some of you have seen the pictures of that if you've seen my Instagram. We got the whole gym set up, but the floor isn't down. So I said, well, when the floor comes in, we'll move everything over to the other side of that one garage unit, and then we'll lay the floor down and put everything back, which I did yesterday, and it sucked. It took 4 hours. But cutting that material, I started with a frame lock. And, you know, it was cutting, it really depended on the angle, right? But I was putting so much force into it, and the blade was getting stuck, and I was pulling it back out of this thick material, and I realized this is stupid. This is a frame lock, and the way that I am cutting this, it's just not, I'm not putting myself in a very safe situation. It's to no fault of the knife. because the knife wasn't optimized for what I was doing either. I grabbed it because it was right there. It was in my pocket, right? But I was like, I need a utility blade. So I went and got a locking utility blade. Because I realize how much force I'm putting into these cuts. I don't want any utility blade that's going to have a quick release. Those are fine for some lighter tasks, but this is going to be a lot. I was shaping this. The one thing that I couldn't move was the cable machine because it was bolted down to the floor. So I had to cut the mat around the cable machine. This took a long time. It was a lot of heavy cuts, not to mention cutting the mats at the end of the garage because you don't want it hanging out of the garage door. So in some situations, a frame lock is plenty, but maybe I'm not saying that adding a safety to my frame lock in that situation would have made it the optimized tool. I'm saying if you're in a pinch like that and have no other option, then engaging a frame lock stop might be the difference between you spending the afternoon in the hospital getting stitches, right? So I kind of think that's cool. I like that that's an option there. It's neat. I think that ultimately there are a lot of, obviously there's a lot of different locking systems that I would prefer, and this is nothing new, a safety on a frame lock. But it's neat that this is there. This is, I think, one of the most overbuilt knives that I have ever seen from Remette. Is this a double? No, it's only on one side. So first of all, I would like to measure that blade stock thickness because that just seems titanic. I'm gonna guess this is 185 to 190 thousandths. It might actually even be thicker. I don't think so. I think that's where we're at here. XM24 thickness. 200, even bigger, 215 thousandths. That is a thick blade. Micron's done some thick blades in the past, but I have not seen the exact same from Remette. This might be one of their biggest knives. The overall length of this guy is 8.75. Blade length is 3.75. Cutting edge is about 3.6 or so. Something like that. Some size comparisons. Actually, I'll put it up against what I have out here, which is my own Excalibur. Very similar in overall length. Here it is up against the mini Excalibur. We also have, what do we got out here? We got the Pyrite Light. We got the, we have the CJRB, the Pirate Light, and we also have the Vosteed Raccoon. And here's a QSP Penguin that might also be useful. And what else do we have? Not nearly as common, just one I have on the table that's larger. Here is the Flytanium Beef. That's a wonderful knife. I also would like to very quickly weigh this thing because it feels pretty chunky. In fact, this is solid titanium. There's no milling for weight reduction on the inside. So your weight is coming in at 8 ounces. That is a beast of a knife. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. Well, I know we see a million different titanium frame locks. We see them all the time. Some people, I think, want them to disappear entirely, and they're not going to, right? I don't want frame locks to disappear. I just, I like to see a more and more variety as time goes on. But this is cool, and I've always been kind of a casual enjoyer of frame lock knives, and they've become less interesting over the years. But the locking system itself does not determine entirely how interesting something is. It's nice to see a company like Remette doing something a little overbuilt. I think that's fun, and there's still a very healthy market for overbuilt titanium frame locks that are still within the realm of carryable, which I would put this in. It probably would be a little bit too heavy for me, but I think there's plenty of people out there who would carry a knife like this. It is sort of, it's big and chunky and robust, and I'll tell you, anybody you show this to would think that this is like one of the most hulking, any casual enjoyer of knives would think that this is one of the most hulking knives that they've ever seen in their life. It is cool. I imagine it's pretty expensive, right? I imagine it's north of $250, but in this exact moment, I don't know because I haven't looked it up. But by the time I have this uploaded, I'll have the link in the description, and obviously we'll have seen it. So you guys can use that link if you want to. That's going to be it for today's unboxing and first impressions. Pretty neat. I will give you guys my thoughts in a full review just a week or so from now. So anyways, thanks again to Remette. Links in the description. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have Lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.